So you fly or you do lots of driving. First thing I do, unwind, split squat. The bench, hotel gyms have benches, dumbbells. This is actually perfect for a beginner to get into a split squat. You've got front foot elevation, which makes the flexibility easier. So this gonna be harder. So for me, I just boom, walk into the gym. All right, get set up, start my first set. I'm mobilizing, I'm strengthening. I couldn't start there. When I started this, I had to start front foot elevated, holding on to something. Also, if you don't have a bench, a stairwell can work great. Or if you happen to be in like a CrossFit styled gym, they might have bumper plates and PVC sticks you could hold. So lots of different ways to get into this. Then, and I think gyms long-term should have mobility boxes where you have scalable measurement. I walked into this hotel gym, not surprisingly. Machines, I counted, well, I think it was like $40,000 plus of machines, and then a paper thin yoga mat for our mobility. Gonna get what we put our energy on. People want to have mobility long term. They don't want to be in pain. Gyms aren't set up for it. Well, here we are. So when you're elevated so much, I think you can just stop about there. Like there's no reason to like finish the rep there. Notice if I was here, I could finish the rep and I think it creates a smoother motion. Whereas if you're here, I wouldn't come all the way out of it. I would stay where there's some tension. Boom. Now we're stretching. We're opening up that back hip, the opposite of all that sitting. And we're getting some deep strengthening going, bending the ankles, the knees, the hips, also the opposite of all that stiffening sitting. 4 sets of 10 per side. When that's easy with assistance, I think you can take your hotel gym bench, use more of the middle of it. I think you can even then add, I only happen to have one of these, somehow got lost in moving, but you could hold dumbbells on each side. So you have this intention, you're not just limp there, you're trying to stretch and strengthen at the same time. Hotel gyms don't necessarily have anything convenient in between a bench and flat ground. Maybe you'll find something around there. Nonetheless, 4 sets of 10 each side, and I like to do workouts before I film them, so I'm just in the groove. You get huffing and puffing from 4 sets of 10. Now, sitting, traveling, it's also, well, maybe it would be the most stiffening here. And so you see, I don't like to show the inside position a lot. It just looks kind of weird to the camera. But opening up those hips, this, and we're active, like it's not just a passive stretch. That knee is off the floor. So getting stretch strength through those hips would probably be the most opposite of sitting, but it's also not like we're really stretching you out, Becky. It's like so passive that I think in terms of a full stretch Romanian deadlift, this makes me feel really good. We'll look at some form on that. So the dumbbells would almost like glide down the body while you're not letting your back round. So the strength of your lower back, you're then using the load to stretch into those upper hamstrings. So you'll finish, the knees will be behind the ankle at the bottom. At very light weight, might not move that much, but since it's a stretch strength for those upper hamstrings, as you get stronger, it'll stretch more. So I'm really like sifting for the best stretch I can get. So you end up 2 sets of 20 there. Now you're really huffing and puffing. Now let's say you're an advanced athlete. You're used to using a barbell for your weighted stuff. Well, that's kind of where, like for me, I can go on a trip, know that I have hotel gyms, and know that I'm actually gonna get freakish athletic potential gains compared to the norm just from my hotel gym. Dumbbells alone, when you're now loading into this stretch strength, like this is probably the number one thing that allows me to play basketball with so much more protection and athleticism than I had naturally. So dumbbells alone there, and like the gym I was at, the dumbbells went up to 75 pounds. So I might, with a bar, I might do more than that on a full stretch Romanian deadlift, but with the 75, for 20 reps, sifting, digging in, stretching those hamstrings. I got a real workout out of that. My grip was tired. So if you can go on a trip, wind up getting more flexibility, strength in deep positions of mobility, stronger grip, even your upper back will be pretty pumped from that. Those are all things that are going to potentiate more results later. So I'm not saying that this is the only workout, the only exercises you would ever need, but these are ones that you could do. And it's then not like I don't think of traveling, all right, well, this will be a loss compared to my normal. I think, oh, I'm going to make some slingshot results by what I can do in a few sessions from a hotel gym. Then I like about a 30-degree incline on the bench. And right here, I'm going to grab about 10% of my body weight, get in here on my knees, and now get a bit more angle to you. Now I'm reaching, the mic might not work so well. Let me try to hold it here. I'm reaching above my pecs. So I'm getting a really nice range of motion, always controlling down. Really nice range of motion between those shoulder blades and right in behind the shoulder. This one, by the time I finish those 3, like I feel incredible. I like here 2 sets of at least 10. Like if you can't get 10 for the purposes of this one, probably lighten up. That is called a Powell raise, named by Charles Poliquin after Mike Powell. His long jump world record still stands. So this was a really detailed exercise used to help the greatest athlete ever at his sport. You can see the motion there. These are relating to muscles that are going to help people run faster and jump higher. But I would say for the average lifestyle these days, on a phone, whatever, to now have such a potent exercise and all you need is a bench and a dumbbell. Absolutely love it. Now, last finishing touch, put the bench flat. Same thing, 2 sets of 10. So this whole workout, 10 sets. You get the 4 sets of 10 on the ATG split squat, 2 sets of 20 on the full stretch RDL, 2 sets of 10 each on the Powell raise, and now the external rotation. So I think of this as the opposite of throwing. So I'm controlling down, and then I'm trying to be strong that way in reverse of throwing. I have foot on bench, elbow just to the inside of the knee on that sort of teardrop muscle right where it connects right there. Should be comfortable right on that spot. Then I'm going to turn so that my chest is between my 2 thighs. I'm going to hold on with the other hand so I'm stable, chest up, control, control, control. And then I'm going to try to rotate up with nothing moving in my body. That is going to get strength just about as deep as I possibly can, right in behind that shoulder. So you'll finish those ones. Your posture will really feel incredible. So we're getting circulation and strengthening around the knees, stretching out the hips in that direction, stretching them out in this direction. So to me, I think of those as the opposite of sitting. I think of the ATG split squat, full stretch RDL. Now we also have all this time like this as we're traveling. So boom, I want to really let some motion get in there. Powell raise, external rotation, get circulation strength deep inside there, which again, even if you didn't have your barbell, even if you're someone who pursued bench press, let's say, jacking those up could improve your long-term potential. You'd have to then put in the work on the bench press or throwing or whatever your sport is. So let's go over some context there. That's my go-tos when I travel, because I know, all right, I can put in some work on those. I can do them from any hotel gym, and I can increase my long-term athletic potential rather than having this negative feeling when I'm traveling as if I'm losing gains or something. And so those are 4 exercises I work on out of about 20 that I'm always thinking, all right, how do I get outlier results simpler? Outlier results simpler. So how do I get so much results but then make it simple? It's not easy. Like I wish there was just one exercise I could do or something like that. Well, I've been able to limit to 20 or less. I call that the standard. So these are 4 of the 20 standards I work on. A standard is not some magical mark. It's like a general mark. For example, 10% of body weight for at least 10 reps on those external rotations Powell raises. That would put you well above the norm. Half your body weight, meaning 25% per hand with a perfect split squat, that would put you way above the norm. Full body weight, this is not that much. I don't have that much in dumbbells, but full body weight, at least 10 reps, lower back getting at least to parallel, knees behind ankles, that would be, put you well above the norm for stretch strength in terms of those upper hamstrings. So those are 4 examples. This includes things like pull-ups. This includes things like tib bar for the ankle. So from my stretches to lower body to upper body, that's the best I've been able to simplify down is 20. Here's 4 of them right there that happen to be very conducive from a hotel gym. Now I'm gonna keep filming, and I'm gonna film 4 flexibility standards that take nothing, which is elephant walk. So like right there from the hotel gym, I can be, okay, am I maintaining my palms to floor? All right, am I maintaining my head to floor without assistance on my pancake? This one, not difficult, but just am I maintaining chest to knee? And then am I maintaining knee, shin flush with the wall, shoulders at least to wall. Here has a distended wall. So I just check there, boom. There's 4. I'm gonna break those down in detail for the next video. Not trying to have any secrets on those, but for the titling, it's gonna be hard to mix the 2 of these. I thought about shooting them together. So I'm grateful for this job. Even being away, it's like, man, I can't wait to get to the yard, get to just try to put out. I really just think, all right, what's the most helpful thing I could put out? Some ends up better or worse. If you have questions, fire them in. Thanks to all your support of ATG, doing these programs online. No long-term contract, under 24-hour service. We can help you at whatever level you need, as rapidly as we can, for $49.50 a month. And again, no long-term contract, and there's not like data held back. You can dive in. For example, right now, the main way I train is just looking at these 20 standards. I got 2 toddlers. Like, dad is often last in the priorities list. So I don't know when or how much time I'm gonna get to exercise, or maybe I can take time for myself to exercise each day, but maybe my kid was up sick all night and I got a few hours of sleep and I'm like, all right, I might nap during my workout time the next day. The point is that it's not like you have to wait each month to find out new data or something like that. So big thanks for all the support on the equipment, on the foot shaped shoes. Much love. Be right back in touch on this next video. See ya.